It is day 4. I have slept in. Lovely morning of staying in bed. Missed breakfast in the main dining room areas. Missed breakfast in the buffet. So it's around 10 o'clock. O'Sheens still has breakfast, so I may try to grab a quick bite there. Or I may just actually head ashore and see if I can grab lunch, because lunch is going to be incredible, I think. But before I left, I wanted to talk about a couple of things that I bring along with me to make cruising more comfortable in my cabin. And specifically in this cabin, one of them has really come in handy, in my opinion. So I'm down on deck 4, and you can see the porthole behind me, and those curtains, when they close, or if I close the actual door to it, it is dark in here. So I have a little night light that I set on this table, and it's you can turn it on, or you can turn it on where it uses a little motion sensor. So if I have to get up in the middle of the night to grab a drink of water or take some ibuprofen or go to the bathroom, then this thing will turn on, and I have enough light in here so I'm not running into tables or, can't find the door to the bathroom or something like that. So that's the first one. The second one, guys, this one's a big one. I bring a little plug-in electronic fan. So not like a giant box fan or anything. Most cruise lines won't let you bring those on. But this one plugs into a USB-C port, but it has a bunch of really cool features like normal fans. So it oscillates, it turns. It has 3 different speed settings. So, you can it's really versatile with the angle. So the back neck locks at different angles, and you can kind of tilt it up and down in different ways. So you really can get a lot of, direction, whatever direction you want. If it's too high on a table or too low on a table, you can kind of aim it where you want it so that you're getting the right airflow over you. And if you're in a cabin, like a balcony cabin, that sometimes sucks the cool air out of your room, if you like your room real cool, this thing really is helpful at night. This room has been nice and comfortable and cool at night anyway, but I still like a little bit of that breeze blowing on me. And if you're like me, I highly recommend you check one of these fans out on Amazon or something like that. The last thing is power supply. Now, not a surge protector. You cannot bring surge protectors on cruise ships. It is a fire hazard. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it'll be down here, or maybe you'll just have to Google it for yourself. But this one specifically is cruise approved, and it has a USB-C, a couple of USB-C-A, I think is what they're called, and then it has 3 regular, I guess 120 volt or whatever power you can plug your stuff into. So you can charge all your stuff. So I run the fan off that, but I'm also charging my cameras and my phone and stuff off of it as well. So if you're limited on outlets and USB-C plugs in your cruise cabin, this thing can come in handy as well. So those are the 3 things that I would say could really increase your comfort and ability to charge your stuff while you're on a cruise ship. Here we go! So I'm going to mosey out of here, see about maybe having breakfast. I don't know. We'll see what we get into. Today is kind of my free day. So it's the middle day of 3 days in Bermuda. I'm probably going to go ashore and check out at least the port area, maybe go over to Hamilton. Definitely going to go over to this lunch spot. But I don't know. So you're going to see what we get up to either way. Here we go.
So I grabbed some coffee, because you gotta have some coffee. I found an awesome taxi driver, and she's taking me to the sandwich spot that has come highly recommended by multiple people over the last day and a half. So we're gonna have the giantest fishy sandwich on the island of Bermuda, well, the multiple islands of Bermuda. Supposedly it's delicious. I'm gonna try some wacky bread on it, so we'll see how that goes. But we will check in when we get to the restaurant. So this restaurant is called Woody's Bar and Grill, and multiple people on this island have recommended the fish sandwich. I believe it's a fried fish sandwich from Woody's. Evidently it comes on a raisin bread with some coleslaw and a giant piece of fish. I have been told that I will need a bigger taxi on the way back to the ship than the one I took to come here, because we will be so full when we're done. So I'm excited. They are not open yet. We got here a little bit early. They open at 11:30. It's about 11:15, so we're going to wait and then dig in on some fish. Let's talk about that sandwich. Wow. So we talked about the raisin bread, and I can definitely tell you that they know what is good. The raisin bread, the hot sauce, the tartar sauce, the giant pieces of fish. It was a delicious, messy, stomach-filling sandwich, and I would eat it 10 out of 10 times. Like, maybe of any of the cruises I've been on, one of the best bites of food I have put in my belly. But I got to tell you about one more thing that happened. First of all, I also had a rum swizzle, also delicious. And man, everywhere you go in Bermuda, the people are so nice. They are so kind, they are so welcoming, they are so warm. They make you feel like they are glad to have you sharing their island for a small time. So while I was eating lunch, there's this nice older couple that came in and got some food as well. And as happens, we struck up a conversation. We talked for a little while. And as I was getting ready to leave, they asked me how I was getting back to the dockyards. I said, well, I'm going to try to flag down a taxi. And this restaurant's not necessarily like in a place where it's going to be easy to get a taxi. So they offered to drive me. Ronnie and Laverne were their names. They didn't want to be on camera or anything, but I just wanted to tell you guys about this like kind of super special moment of kindness. They wouldn't take any money. They just wanted to be kind and drive me back to the dockyards. So it made me feel warm and fuzzy inside, and it was special. But that's kind of one of the things about this island that you will find if you come, is that the people here are uniquely generous with their time and just kind people overall. So that was lunch. I think we're going to explore the dockyards now before we get back on the ship. So let's go. Well, I just finished up at the museum what I thought was going to be a quick 30-minute trip. It ended up being almost a 2.5-hour walk around an absolutely beautiful site. I cannot recommend enough that you guys come and visit this museum when you get a chance. There is so much to see. The exhibits are fascinating. The views alone are worth the price of admission. Anywhere you walk on the outer skirts of these grounds, you have a stunning view of the ocean. So yeah, we are finished up here. We probably will not be doing much touring of the rest of the port because we spent so much time here. I think I'm gonna head back to the ship, maybe take a little cruise siesta before dinner. We are in glasses mode tonight for dinner, back in the Magenta restaurant after a heavy cruise nap. I could have just ignored the snooze buttons and maybe slept the rest of the night. That walk around Bermuda wore my old cranky bottom out. So we're gonna have some dinner, and then I haven't checked to see what other activities are going on tonight. We're gonna find some other stuff to get into tonight. I'm excited. I think it's like Asian themed night, so we've got some fun dishes that sound really good coming up. So let's have some food. I'm hungry. We are back in the Spinnaker Lounge after dinner for some Battle of the Sexes. This is one of my favorite game shows on cruise ships. It's always fun to watch. A lot of crazy stuff happens. So we'll show you a little bit of it. Dinner was really good. Only downside, only criticism I have, the pork belly was huge. It was delicious. The flavor was great. But the skin on top, the like chicharron part, the crispy part, the sugar and the glaze had kind of made it a little bit too chewy. So that was the only downside. The cannoli though, oh, that dessert, guys, really well done cannoli. So we're here at the Spinnaker Let's do some Battle of the Sexes. Let's go.
Okay, so if you want to participate, get ready, all right? Get ready. You're gonna have to do something for that. All right, first one, here we go. Under your chin, there it is, there it is. Be careful, lady. Okay. They're doing pretty well. Record. Oh, no. There you go. Come on. It's supposed to be fast, guys. It's supposed to be fast. Oh, start passing the hula hoop. Here we go, everyone. Come on, gentlemen, you have to be fast. We need this point, okay? We need this point. What are you doing? No, don't turn.
That was the best final I've ever seen.
Last 20 seconds.
I am back in the Stardust Lounge for the Broadway Revue. I'm excited because it's the same cast that did the country show that I can't remember the name of right now. So I am going to watch this. Sadly, they will not allow recording of the Broadway or the bigger production shows on the ship, so you guys are not going to get to see it, but I'm going to. So we are going to check in after the show. I think maybe it's going to be a snack at O'Shea's kind of night, but we will see what we get up to after the show. I'm back. Forgot one more important thing. The men got their booties kicked in Battle of the Sexes. It wasn't even close. I don't think that we won a single round. So clearly the fairer sex is also the dominant sex on the NCL Gem in the year of our Lord 2024. So congratulations, ladies, on your domination of the men.
I'm dedicating every day to you. Domestic life was never quite my style, and you smile. I think I'll try to find gravity, and you can bring me down. 129,600 minutes. How do you measure you? The times never seemed so good. So good. I didn't want to believe that you never would.
So I am at the Atrium Bar, and I have been spending probably an hour talking to a couple from Quebec, Canada, Annie and Mark. And the reason we started our combo was because I was harassing them for their strange beverage in a champagne glass that ended up being port wine. So I've given them a little bit of a hard time, but we struck up a conversation, and they kindly have bought me a glass of port wine. So I'm about to have my first glass of port wine in a fancy champagne flute. But I wanted to give a little shout out to Annie and Mark from Quebec, who have been hanging out with me for the last hour, and now you guys get to enjoy support with me. So let's go.